DeWanna Bonner in the hot seat after saying what she stated last night in her press conference, man. I can't lie, it does look like some hypocrisy going on.
DeWanna Bonner continues to take shots at the Indiana Fever and the Fever fans. I think it's absolutely disgusting.
The audacity of some people is unbelievable, but Dana Bonner may have just redefined delusion. In a jaw-dropping ESPN interview, she boldly claimed, "I wouldn't change a thing." This comes after reportedly pocketing $200,000 from the Indiana Fever while ghosting the team and its dedicated fans. She signed a contract, collected paychecks for months, then disappeared for 5 games citing vague personal reasons, only to later engineer her exit. Now she's in Phoenix, flipping the script and playing the victim, as if she's the one who was wronged.
I wouldn't do anything differently. I think my journey is my journey and I'm going to accept that. It carried me to where I am in Phoenix and it happened that way for a reason. I mean, really, that is a wild statement.
You stole that money from Indiana. You signed up for that bread and didn't deliver. You didn't show up for work. You made up bullcrap excuses.
The level of arrogance is staggering, especially considering how Fever fans embrace her like royalty from day one. But behind the scenes, she was already plotting her escape. If you're feeling just as shocked and let down as the rest of us, hit that like button and flood the comments with *investigate Bonner *, because what we're about to reveal breaks down exactly how this betrayal played out, step by step.
She came over here, she signed a max contract, she knew Phoenix didn't have the bread, she got 80 here and went and got the rest over there. I think it's trash.
I wouldn't do anything differently. You took 80 grand from the Indiana Fever. You could have just signed. Like, that's one of the things, like, I don't understand why you take these interviews. I don't understand why someone would take an interview and say that, when the reality is that all you did was took a whole bunch of money from a team to not show.
Bonner's comments aren't just off base. They're a direct insult to every fan who invested their money, time, and support into her. Watching her sit on national TV and pretend she did nothing wrong after taking that paycheck and walking away from her responsibilities says everything you need to know about her character, or the lack thereof.
You refuse to show up to work while receiving money, while taking payment. You refuse to show up and do the job. And let's be clear, you wasn't even good while you was here. You was shooting threes hitting the side of the backboard.
But this is definitely going to be a part of her history, man. Because the new wave is taking over. These new fans are watching. So at the end of the day, yeah, it's going to be a part of her history, unfortunately.
At this point, it's bigger than basketball. It's about professionalism and simple respect. Fans invest in tickets, jerseys, and the team because they trust the players to show up and deliver. Bonner's stint in Indy wasn't some emotional journey. It was a strategic money grab that left both the franchise and its supporters feeling misled and deserted by someone they once believed in.
This is DeWanna Bonner. I wouldn't do anything differently. I think my journey is my journey. I'm going to accept that. It carried me to where I am now in Phoenix, and it happened that way for a reason. It didn't happen that way for a reason. You forced yourself out of Indiana, DeWanna.
But here's where it gets even more frustrating. Once you start digging into the details, a bigger problem comes into focus. The way professional contracts are handled today, and how some athletes are getting far too comfortable dodging responsibility. And it all starts with the most glaring red flag, the huge disconnect between what Bonner promised and what she actually delivered after cashing in on that lucrative deal.
I just don't understand this. I don't understand why DeWanna Bonner is taking these interviews at this point in time. Because I'm like, look, you're in Phoenix. You've got what you wanted. You've got what everyone expected you wanted all along. Everything's gone your way. Indiana haters are going to love you because you screwed over the Fever. They're going to love you because you screwed over the Fever. Phoenix Mercury fans are going to love you. Rival fans are going to love you because you basically screwed over the Fever. Fever fans are going to hate you because you screwed over.
We're talking about a veteran who put up a dismal 7.1 points per game, clanking shots, and moving like she had zero interest in being there. This wasn't a slump. It was someone going through the motions, clearly just killing time until she could walk away. She started only 3 of the 9 games she even bothered to show up for, which says everything about her impact, or lack of it. The stats don't lie. 3.8 rebounds and 1.6 assists per game. That's bench-level production, not what you expect from a seasoned free agent brought in to offer leadership and steady the ship for a young, driven squad. She didn't just underperform, she disappeared.
First of all, the fans are the victim. The organization was the victim here. Like, why are we sitting here, she up in these articles like she was a victim, like she did, like something was done wrong? No, the fans are a victim. They welcome you with open arms. They embraced you, and you turned your back and you quit. It's that simple. You quit. You refuse to show up to work. You wasn't hurt. You wasn't sick. It wasn't a personal fit. No, you just didn't want to be on the team.
And still, despite her poor performance, Fever fans stayed patient. They believed she'd bounce back and gave her the benefit of the doubt. But instead of using that support as motivation, Bonner seemed to decide it just wasn't worth the effort. So she stopped trying. The Fever front office built their roster and salary cap expecting her to be a cornerstone, and she repaid that trust by disappearing when things didn't go her way. It was a calculated move, sending a terrible message to the rest of the league. If you're unhappy with your role, just stop giving effort until you're out. But here's what really stings for Indiana fans. Just 2 games into her stint with the Phoenix Mercury, Bonner suddenly looked like the star she was supposed to be all along, dropping 22 points and 11 rebounds like it was nothing. Amazing how quickly she found a game once she got what she wanted, right?
You came here, you stunk it up, and then you got benched. Just because you was okay with coming off the bench in another situation don't mean you was okay with coming off the bench in this situation. So I want to know what's the real? What's the real? Because you can't say, while you was here, you said, oh, I've never played in front of this many fans. You were embraced by the fans. You spoke highly of the fans while you were here. You were a starter, but you wasn't playing well. And that was nobody else's fault that you was shooting threes, hitting the side of the backboard, and you was smoking layups. And then your starting spot got took, and then all of a sudden you refused to show up to work.
This has nothing to do with finding a better system or getting into rhythm. This is clear evidence that Bonner was sandbagging her time in Indiana. That fire, that effort, it was there the whole time. She just chose to hold it back until she landed where she wanted, playing next to her fiancée, Alyssa Thomas. The sudden spike in production isn't just questionable, it's a smoking gun. Even casual fans could see through it. Her breakout game in Phoenix wasn't just a performance, it was a confession. She could have helped the Fever. She just chose not to.
I figure out, everything's changed. We add pieces, and pieces come back. We get your shots. Normally, the game before, you probably won't get that same shot. And I'm just trying to figure out where you fit on this team. And it's going to take us a little bit of time to gel. So just be patient with us. We're going to be okay.
It's going to take us a little bit of time to gel. Just be patient. Oh, man. Bonner. But, man, it is crazy to hear her say that. It is crazy. I can't hold you. The fact that now she's more so of understanding it's going to take some time to find your footing. It's, you have to be patient. Man, that's tough, Bonner. That's tough. Coming from somebody that literally gave up. You gave up on the Indiana Fever, man. You should have gave it some time, Bonner.
If coming off the bench wasn't an issue, why did Bonner vanish the moment her starting spot was in question? Those personal reasons conveniently popped up right when her role shifted. Hard not to see the pattern. Instead of stepping up like the veteran the Fever needed, she walked. That's not leadership, it's ego. She had every chance to be a reliable sixth woman, a mentor who could still produce. But she wasn't interested in contributing. She wanted control. And when that slipped, so did she. Now she's rewriting the story, playing the victim and hoping fans forget how she quit the moment the spotlight dimmed. Let's be honest, this wasn't about fit or chasing a title. It was about playing alongside her fiancée, Alyssa Thomas, in Phoenix. The everything happened for a reason act doesn't hold up when the reason is just personal convenience. The timing of her exit and her pre-picked destination say it all. Indiana was just a pit stop, whereas Phoenix played along, rewarding someone who broke professional norms. Meanwhile, Indiana's left with a cap hit and a roster hole. And the front office? They got outmaneuvered. Bonner exposed a lack of structure, showing players you can bail anytime if you make enough noise. Until Indiana proves it can enforce accountability and protect its culture, it's at risk of becoming a revolving door for veterans chasing paychecks, not championships done if you're just as frustrated. Hit that like button and comment investigate Bonner. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more breakdowns like this.